everybody, and welcome to Storytime at the Tennessee State Museum with Miss Morgan. I'm so glad to see you guys today. I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. So before we get started, let's check our schedule. Let's go sing our welcome song. Come on. Are you guys ready to sing our good morning song? So before we get started, let's practice and warm up those talking hands. So remember, our signs are happy and good morning. So let's practice one more time. So happy, take your hands like you're fanning yourself. Say happy. And good morning, take the fingers to your chin and say good morning. Great job. You guys are doing such a wonderful job. Good job. All right. So remember, we're going to sing it twice. So you ready? Good morning to you, and how do you do? I'm happy to see you. Good morning to you. Oh, great job. Ready again? Say, good morning to you, and how do you do? I'm happy to see you. Good morning to you. Oh, great job. Good, 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 good. Are you guys ready? It's now time for story time. Let's go. Great job, you guys. Pat on the back. Big round of applause. You guys are doing such a great job with our song. All right, guys, let's take off our welcome song. And it's time for story time. So, yesterday, April 15th, was Jackie Robinson Day. And Jackie Robinson was the first black player of the Major League Baseball. And he was a really cool player, and he first played for the Brooklyn Dodgers, which are now, I believe, the LA Dodgers. I don't know about you guys, but I do like to watch baseball. Here in Nashville, we have the Nashville Sounds. So I always think it's really fun to go to baseball games in the summertime. So we're going to read a story called Luke Goes to Bat, and it's about Jackie Robinson. So if you look right here, this is a picture of Jackie Robinson, and this is a really cool guy, and we'll talk about him in a little bit. So if you guys are ready, let's get started. Luke goes to bat. It was Brooklyn. It was summer. It was baseball. All day long, the kids on Bedford Avenue played stickball in the streets. Except Luke. When you're older, his big brother Nicky told him, he's just a squirt, one of the other kids said, laughing. Oh, that's not a good choice. So Luke watched the games from the curb, and then he practiced. He threw a ball against the wall next to the deli. He practiced his swing over and over again. He ran as fast as he could up and down the block. He wanted to be ready when it was time. At night, whenever the Dodgers were playing, Luke hurried up to the roof where he could see the lights of Ebbets Field. When he heard the crowd go wild, he imagined his favorite player, Jackie Robinson, had hit a home run. Someday, Luke thought, I will hit a home run too. Finally, one morning, the team was short a player. Frankie had to go to his aunt's. Who are we going to get? Hey, said Luke, what about me? Everyone was quiet. Oh, come on, said his brother, give him a chance. Well, we got nobody else. He better not mess up. They put him in left field. No balls came his way, so he just stood there. When it was his turn up at bat, Luke took a few practice swings, then stepped up to plate. I'll show them, Luke muttered. The ball whizzed past. Strike one. Luke held the bat higher. Strike two. Luke was barely in position when the next ball flew past and the catcher yelled, out. You stink, Luke heard. He got up to bat one more time, but struck out again. Sometimes it just goes that way, his brother told him. Frankie came back in the afternoon, so Luke spent the rest of the day on the curb. He was sure they'd never let him play again. Grandma was in the kitchen when he got home. I finally got a chance to play with the team, Luke told her. Grandma could tell that the game hadn't gone well. Nat, everyone plays like Jackie Robinson all the time, she said. Not even Jackie Robinson. Luke didn't smile. By the way, Grandma said, are you doing anything tomorrow night? Luke shrugged. Well, if you're so busy, someone else will have to go with me to the game at Ebbets Field. What? You mean a real game? Grandma held up 2 tickets. Wow, guys. Oh, that's so exciting. Ebbets Field was ablaze with lights, but this time Luke didn't have to imagine the game. Thanks for taking me, Grandma, he said. They watched the Dodgers and the Phillies battle it out. The game went into extra innings. By the time the Dodgers got up to bat in the bottom of the 14th inning, the score was still tied 8-8. With 2 outs, Jackie Robinson was up. The crowd roared, "Come on, Jackie!" Luke yelled. The pitcher threw a curveball. Jackie swung. "Strike 1," the umpire called. The pitcher wound up. He threw the fastball, and Jackie missed. "Strike 2." 3 balls followed. All eyes at Ebbets Field rested on Jackie. The Dodgers could still win. Luke shouted with the crowd, "Give it to him, Jackie! You show him!" Jackie looked around from under his cap, then dug his feet into the dirt. The pitcher began his windup. "You can do it, Jackie," Luke whispered. "You can do it." Suddenly, Luke heard the loud crack of a bat. When he looked up, the ball was flying over his head, flying over the scoreboard, flying over the walls at Ebbets Field. The crowd went wild. Luke stood up on his seat and cheered, "You showed him, Jackie." "What a game," Grandma said. "You see, you can't give up. Even Jackie Robinson's got to keep trying." Luke didn't answer. When Luke got home, he ran up to the roof. The lights were going out at Ebbets Field. "Come on down, it's bedtime," Nikki called. Just then, Luke saw a ball lying on the ground. "Look," he said, picking it up. "This is the home run ball that Jackie Robinson hit tonight." "No, that's just some old ball a kid hit up on the roof," Nick said, laughing, as he went downstairs. And that's when Luke saw him. It was Jackie Robinson himself. "I hit that one for you, kid." Before Luke could say a word, Jackie ran to the dugout to join the other Dodgers, but he looked back one more time. "Hey, kid," he said. "Your grandma was right. You can't give up." "Thanks, Mr. Robinson." The final lights went out at Ebbets Field. Luke looked down at the winning ball and smiled. "I won't," he whispered to himself. And he didn't. Look, I think he's going to get a home run. I love this book. I think it's such a fun book, and it's a really cool book. I love the illustrations, but I think it's also a really good book because it really shows us that even those big, important stars that we look up to, like Jackie Robinson for Luke, or maybe it's Serena Williams, or any other of our really famous sports athletes, you look up to them, you got to remember that we do see them usually at their best, but that's not always going to happen. And so just like Jackie, we got to remember, you can't give up. So I think this is a great book, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So let's check our schedule. All right, it's time for our activity. So, do you remember the baseball that Luke found on the roof? I thought to myself, well, wouldn't it be cool if we could make our own baseballs? So, this is my paper plate baseball. And I thought it'd be really cool is you can make this, and all you need, guys, is a paper plate and some paper. So I have some white printer paper, and I found some construction paper. And you just kind of take your white paper and cut it up into different shapes, or you can tear it up, and kind of gives it this cool texture. And then to make the baseball stripes, you just cut your construction paper into 2 long strips and then 6 little strips like this. So your baseball can be any color. Maybe you have purple paper at home and you want to make a purple baseball. You can totally do that. And I thought it would be really cool is that you could hang these in your window facing outward so people passing your house could see your baseball. I thought of that because I went on a walk in my neighborhood, and there's a house in my neighborhood, and they have all these really cool pictures hanging in their windows. And I thought, that's such a neat idea. It made me smile. So I thought maybe when you get done with your baseball, you can hang it in your window for everybody to see that walks past your house. So I hope you guys have fun with this art. And if you put it in your window, take a picture and send it to us. We love seeing those pictures on social media. So let's check our schedule. All right, it's time for our artifact. So if you look right here, you're going to see a baseball jersey. Now, this is a Memphis Red Sox jersey. So here in Tennessee, we have a city called Memphis, and they used to have a baseball team called the Memphis Red Sox. And one of their players was a man named Dan Bunkhead, and he is right here. And guess what? He played for the Memphis Red Sox, and then he would go on in 1947 to join the Brooklyn Dodgers with Jackie Robinson. They're actually roommates. And what's really cool is Jackie Robinson was the first black player in the MLB, and then Dan Bunkhead was actually the first black pitcher as well. So that's really cool. And he played here in Memphis, Tennessee. So being a pitcher, you're going to have a glove because you're going to have to catch things like any of the baseball players. So if you look right here, Our second artifact is a glove. Now, this is just a baseball glove we have here in our collection, but, you know, both Jackie and Dan here would have had gloves like this to use during their games. So I think it's really cool. So I hope you guys have had a wonderful story time, and guess what? I'll see you next week, a story time with Miss Morgan. Bye, everybody.